Praise the Lord tonight. I thank God for this opportunity to share with us some of the biblical interpretation that we have studied so far. And tonight I'm presenting one of the Old Testament general, and all is by law. The word law has several connotations as used in both the Old Testament and the New Testament. The word, when used in its plural form, refers to the laws in quote, which refers to over 600 ceremonial commandments which the Jews were supposed to keep as an evidence of their loyalty to Jehovah in Exodus 18 verse 20. When the word is used in its singular form, it either refers to all of those laws collectively as in Matthew chapter 5 verse 18, or to the Pentateuch, Genesis to Deuteronomy. The book of the law in Joshua 1 verse 8, sometimes the word law is used in a singular form by the New Testament writers to refer to the entire Old Testament in 1 Corinthians 9 verse 20. Fee and stake oath in page 169 talks about basically the law refers to the condition of the covenant made between the Israelites and Jehovah. The covenant itself starts in the book of Genesis chapter 12 when Joshua decided to call out Abraham from the land of Chaldeans to become the progenitor of the nation that would be called the people of God. In Exodus chapter 19 verse 4, in Exodus 20, as the foot of Mount Sinai, the Lord confirms the Abrahamic covenant with all Israel and also give them the conditions of what? Of that covenant relationship in the form of the Decalogue. That's the 10 Commandments in Exodus chapter 20. It is important to note that the New Testament writers often refer to the Pentateuch as the law of the law and the prophet. In Matthew chapter 5 verse 17, Luke chapter 16 verse 16, this is significant because the commandment themselves are found exclusively in only 4: Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Of the 5 books of the Pentateuch, secondly, the books also contain much narrative. It is here that there is an overlapping of narrative and the law of the New Old Testament. The reason is that the conventional law between Joshua and Israel, which begins in Exodus chapter 20, cannot be understood apart from the narrative in which it's embedded. Fee and Stag, page 170, the difficulty for the New Testament reader of Christians is to determine how these set up laws, that's what apply them in the modern generation, completely outside the Jewish culture. Beloved, it is important to keep in mind that the Christian is not supposed to demonstrate their loyalty to God by keeping the law. Since Christianity functions under the New Testament or a new covenant, which with a difference in Galatians 3, 4, 5 set of conditions. The difference between the genres of the law and the narrative are in their form, content, narrative, or speaker, and their relevance to the modern reader of the 21st century in terms of forms. Narratives are stories of the law. It is a legal code binding on all the people of Israel that the narrative sought. Historical events. Praise the Lord. Another difference between the law and the narrative is that where there is a narrative, there is a human narrative. In law, it is Yeshua himself speaking to the hearing of the children of Israel and later writing the commandment of the stone tablet with his own figure. In terms of content, where the law stipulates the condition governing the relationship of Yeshua and the Israelites. The law over here consists of over 600 regulations and it can be classified as a civil code which had to do with everyday life for the Israelites. This law touched every area of Jewish culture and life, including marriage and divorce. In Exodus 21 verse 11, Leviticus 22, Deuteronomy 24, sexuality and sex. Deuteronomy 22 verse 28, inheritance of Numbers 36 verse 4, agriculture, Leviticus 25 verse 3. The law are not binding on the utterance of the new covenant in Christ because Christians are individuals from different nations with a different civil code and they regulate horizontal of their relationship. Thank God we are no more under the law, but we are under grace. The law is pointing to the grace. God bless you.